You start the week with the loss at Kentucky and then start the series with this one. I mean, to come back and win these two the way that you guys did.
Yeah, I told the team, and I think you guys know from following them, we get off the mat. Now, when we get knocked down the mat, we've responded many times this year. My challenge is you don't always have to get knocked down on the mat, though. And after yesterday's win, let's show that we can stay on our feet and play with a chip on our shoulder, and to do it against a club like them. I mean, that's one of the better clubs we've faced all year. There's a reason they're in the top 10, and that was big to do it back-to-back days. Especially how offensive we were. We did it on the mound. I think there was a bad inning yesterday and a bad inning today. Just the combination of the defense, the walk, and with too many good hitters, you're due to give up runs. But man, outside of those 2 innings, man, that's good baseball.
Pitchers put the ball in play today and allowed the defense to do some work in multiple double plays to get you guys out of some tough spots.
We've been good this year with the double play. A goal of ours is to get 1 a game, and if you can get 1 a game, you're usually in the top 20 in the country. But it takes, obviously, you got to have skilled infielders, but it takes pitchers that can make pitches out of the stretch with runners on base. And as I always tell our pitchers, man, you're in a program with all the havoc we create on the bases and all the stress that you practice against it, you scrimmage against it all fall, you scrimmage against it in the spring, and then you watch it. And so you expect your guys to be comfortable in those situations. But, yeah, I give our pitchers a lot of credit, man. They've gotten those ground ball double plays, and obviously good infielders are able to turn it.
Lucas Moore turns 20 yesterday and all of a sudden becomes an absolute power hitter in the box for you guys. You had mentioned, him having more tools in the box, and we talked about the defense a little bit, but he's had a little pop in that bat this year.
No doubt, and there is a saying in baseball, power comes with age. It's usually a little older, and when they get in the pro ball and as those bodies, as they become men, but he's swinging it with a lot of freedom right now. And it's fun to watch. I mean, getting Alex back in the top of the lineup, he's fighting through. It just, man, Alex and Lucas and Zion, or any combination that we've done, it just seems to really stretch out our lineup and create a lot of havoc. But, yeah, if Lucas is hitting for power, it really, I mean, obviously we see what Eddie and Monroe and Tague and Zion and all those guys have been doing. So he swung it well.
A little bit different for your pitching staff today. You got TJ coming in out of the pen instead of being your Tuesday guy. What was the decision thinking behind that?
Well, it was more, let's get Bivin some innings. I don't like going through a weekend series and he's getting an inning and a third, and just sometimes the way the game works out and not having used him in the first 2 games, man, let's get him out there and let him establish the breaking ball. And he pitched really good, right? We had the first pitch error and the walk, and then they score a little bit right there. But TJ's been great. I talked to him the other day after the bad outing, Tuesday, like, hey, man, that's just turn the page on that one, man. That's not you. Yeah, that was a combination of, I think, just that Clemson weekend and just a little bit tax, and everybody got a little too emotional the other night. Like, do what you've been doing all year. And so it was nice for Bivin to hand it off to TJ, and then TJ to Cuts, and you feel like you're in a dogfight those last 3 innings. The offense exploded there, but it's nice to know you got Cuts, and it's a 3-run game that becomes a 5-run game, and then we obviously tacked on those runs at the end.
You guys have gone toe-to-toe with the best the ACC has to offer the last 2 weeks. I mean, even when they have been losses, they've been tight, and I mean, you've got to feel real comfortable about where this team is at this point in the season, I would think.
Yeah, we knew this 3-week stretch was going to be a grind. I mean, you have to go to NC State, you have to go to Clemson, and then you're playing these guys at home. 2 of the 3 programs were in Omaha last year. The other one was a national seed that could have been in Omaha, and all 3 programs are obviously having another great year, sprinkled in some big midweek games along. I just knew this was a 3-week stretch that we were going to have to really fight. And we got knocked down on the mat a couple of times, but we got back up. And if you look up, James 1:2, which was the message today in our chapel, it's very appropriate about dealing with adversity and challenges and struggles and how you can grow from that. And I thought it was very fitting, that guys, embrace the challenges we're going through right now. It's not fun getting knocked down on the mat, but man, the more you get up, man, the tougher you get, the better you get, the more confident you become. And so we didn't dominate this 3-week stretch, but we did a lot of good things in it, and I think we're a better club than we were before this last 3-week stretch.
We've got a team that's won, I think, 15 come from behind wins. I think this is the 6th walk-off, and you've faced multiple injuries, as you've been mentioned. Is that kind of becoming their identity, their purpose really is to, never give up, always overcome?
Well, and I talked to the team before the game about, when I speak to the TV talent and they ask all these questions about our players, every kid I'm talking about has had the fight. Eddie had the fight coming off the injury. Alex is in a fight right now. Zion's in a fight as he went from catcher to outfield. And you go around the field and you go, man, these guys are fighting, and pitchers have had the fight, position players have had the fight. That's kind of been our theme, which is appropriate in the city of Louisville with Muhammad Ali. And so I just think they're getting tougher, they're getting better, they're trusting even a little bit more, but we got to keep it. We still got a lot of baseball to play, and if we can keep that mentality and that edge about being willing and ready to fight, then I like our chances.
Zion talked a little bit yesterday about having a players meeting after the game Friday or maybe before the game yesterday and just kind of trying to refocus their mindset or kind of be in more of an attack mode. How important is it for those guys taking ownership in that way of, kind of just setting the tone themselves and not having to feel like, anyone needs to say anything to them?
Oh, it's, I'm responsible as the head coach, and our coaches, we always talk about being accountable, and so we always feel responsible. But I can just tell you it's a really good feeling when it's player-led, because at the end of the day, this is their time. This is their experience. I'm super competitive. I love to win. I hate to lose. But if you're trying to win because I want to win, or you're trying to not lose because I hate losing, it's not going to be as special as it could be. Like, it has to be player-driven, and we've gotten that all year. I just think the great leadership from the older guys, Kamayu and some of the guys that came off the street to be a part of this, and then obviously those internally in the program, the Zion Roses, that the longer you're here, you grow and you mature, and it's fun. And I just, I want to be accountable to where I just do my part to help them, not get them off kilt, and just try to help them stay on track. And but this is their time. They're making their memories, and you're 20 at Jim Patterson Stadium that's had a lot of great memories. I love how they're making this their time, and they're making a lot of special memories here.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Dan.